Hey, once again, guys, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, once again this year I went to Farm Days, but how farms work and the rest of the stories farms up in Potosi, Wisconsin. Um, you'll see this footage here is from last year's trip. This year trip, the I didn't take any footage because it was pretty overcast, and dreary, bleh, kind of day. Long drive. So anyway, pretty much corn and soybeans and corn, until you get up to the Wisconsin area, which is where we're at right now. This is approaching the Mississippi River. And once you get across the Mississippi River, my God, you just have to see the views up there to really enjoy it and understand the hills and the terrain that's up there that these guys are constantly fighting and working. We're actually not fighting, but working with um, what they're used to. Um, as you can see, the top hills here, and it's right across the river from Dubuque, Iowa, which is where that was before. And you can see some of the hillsides and some of the contours of the farms. And yeah, it was a pretty nice drive up through this area here. So this is the ride from Dubuque up to. I stayed in Platteville, which if you've ever been to Platteville, there's not very much going on there, but I had a lot of fun. So uh, nonetheless, I'd probably stay there again. I'd probably go up do another farm day if I could. So anyway, going into the hotel, spend the night, and then all of a sudden here we are in how farms work, um, Potosi, Wisconsin, and going into the farm. It was a little bit smaller this year than last year. It was a little bit more condensed. Here's some pictures of the parking lot. They had me parking over to the side because I had a lift for my wheelchair. And yeah, the honey place is right next door to them. And there we go. Um, Travis and Brittany. Um, they were the main people that I went up to see actually. But some of the equipment, the harvester, the 9510, I believe it is, and one of the tractors. They had other tractors, one tractor in the shed, and one doing farm rides. The harvester, pretty nice. I was trying to get a different type of shot right here, but it was a fail. But I thought I included it anyway. The Rhino Beast, the Beast. I love this machine here. A little bit of film of the farm back in the dairy days. Of course, they farmed on all three farms, or had dairy cattle on all three farms. The planter, the wagon, the grain wagons with the overloader pipe right there. And then this thing is huge, man. I mean, just huge. There's the front tongue. He just really doesn't give us a show. There's the PTO and the tongue thing there. The tire was taller than me sitting in my chair. Here's my size 11 against the chair just as a sort of or the tire. 4640 was pretty much the only tractor that was out on display. They were giving rides with the other ones. Um, Really nice looking equipment. This is it's always fun to see Rocket climb these steps. Nice warm day though that was there. I got a lot of sunburn, and here we are talking with Travis, and there's Matthew Hogue, who's another moderator for the rest of the story, and Rocket. Rocket was cool. He tried to get into the food and every time, all the time. Travis talking. He was telling a lot of good stories. I've got some coming up here in just a sec. But he was doing what Travis does, and he was explaining the rest of the story of the farms.
He's a pretty good calf. I mean, my Uncle Wade let him out here, but you were leading him around earlier.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You got to be on those cattle because it doesn't take much to lose a calf. That's why I'm not really planning on doing bottle calves. Whoever asked me that question earlier, I can't really justify it. Bottle calf prices, the last time I checked, I did the math, it was $150 to $175 a calf. That didn't include vaccinations, it didn't include the $50 bag of milk placer. And we could go and buy weaned 200 and some pound Holstein steers for $250. Oh, I've been stupid not to just go buy the weaned calves, completely cut out having to feed calves twice a day, and just bone grain and vaccinate them. So I like raising bottle calves, don't get me wrong. I kind of wish I could, but I mean, it's kind of hard to buy them from the sales barn when you're bringing in about 30 different diseases and you don't know what you're fighting for. Yeah. So that was my best luck. We caught a lot of flack for that, for giving them a shot of Draxxin antibiotics right when we brought them home. The reason we did that is because they're sick. I brought them home with the intentions. It's a sick calf, and that really did increase my survival rate with those calves. I mean, as odd as it sounds, because a lot of guys over in Europe are saying that we're insane, that, I mean, they can't even do that. It's just like, sorry, bud, but at least I can, and I'm going to do what's best for my bottom line. So it works, but the problem is it's kind of hard raising a calf. They're producing calves on their own. I don't have to borrow any money from a lender. Don't have to go ask the lender for money or justify where all this money is going. He's producing a calf every year, 20, 30, 40, 50. Even if you keep back some for replacement heifers or growing your herd, I mean, that's income that is coming in the fall or in the spring that you don't have to go borrow money for. It's your feed expense. The way I have it set up where I'm planning on doing it, I'm only planning on feeding my calves from September to October, November. So you get them weaned off before we get to the field. Get them bunk broke. That's a big seller with your these sales barns. It's the first thing you say. They are bunk broke. They've been fed, or they've been weaned off since this date, and they've been vaccinated. So you'll get top of the market 9 times out of 10. So that's what I did. Move a lot of cattle back when I was in my early 20s. The reason you don't really see me with too many cattle now is because financially I was on the wrong side of that cattle market crash, and so that hit me with full barrels. What, February? Right. We were a week after, it was 10 days. Really gets to moving and you get 3 inches of rain in about a half hour.
Yeah, there's some good slumps here.
Yep. And so we did get away with, we did double all the strips up, which is kind of mandatory because even like BT before they were going to farm
No, there's a lot of smaller farms too. I mean, there's where I live, half the county is kind of wide open, Midwestern big fields. The other half is more rocks and trees and grassland for cattle. So with big tractor power, try to head south.
Well, that was a nice little interview with Big Tractor Power and Travis. One of the other attractions at the farm day this year, again like last year, was Cotton Top. Tim was very gracious, and we talked quite a bit this year. And then one lonely farmer was there. I didn't talk with him, nor did I talk with WT Farm Girl. And then, of course, I got to talk with Ryan before the crowds came because I got there so early. But that was typical for Ryan's. Their lines were really, really long last year, but I'm glad to see them inside this year. So that's pretty much what's going to do it for the farm day. I did plan on taking a lot more videos, but well, somebody left the adapter for the camera for his tripod back at the hotel. I had I had the tripod, carried it around all day. So this was going home last year. After a good night's sleep, I took off. This was last year. I went through Chicago, and that was a mistake, and I did not do it this year. So it was a lot more relaxing drive, actually. But I finally made it back to Ohio, and this is the west side of Columbus here. I'm getting ready to go, um, and then go through town and get to the area that I live at, or close to it anyway. Well, anyway, for this short little trip here, you'll see a cornfield coming up here on the right-hand side. Today's the 26th of June, and the poor guy, the field is so wet that he still hasn't planted anything. You'll see corn there, but that's because of the uh, corn from last year. This was video from last year, so. But anyway, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. You just don't know. I say that a lot, but I really do appreciate it because it means so much to me that people are watching my videos. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.